This is your Fox 47 News Flash.
Welcome to your Fox 47 News Flash from the Digital Newsroom. I'm Chris Lewis, and these are the top stories that we're following. The Michigan Diocese of the Episcopal Church has its first female and openly lesbian bishop. The Reverend Bonnie A. Perry was consecrated and ordained on Saturday during a ceremony in the Detroit suburb of Dearborn. She was elected last June at the Cathedral Church of St. Paul in Detroit. Perry was expected to be formally welcomed and seated on Sunday at the church. The Reverend Mary Glasspool was the church's first lesbian bishop in 2010 in Los Angeles, according to the Episcopal Church. The Reverend Barbara Harris became its first female bishop when she was ordained in 1989 in Massachusetts. And the Reverend Jean Robinson became the Episcopal Church's first openly gay bishop in 2004. The news of Luke Fickell's decision to stay at Cincinnati is coming as a bit of a shock to football fans at Michigan State University. Nearly everyone following the coaching hunt for Michigan State thought Fickell coming to Michigan State was a done deal, but instead, the Spartans are back to square one. It's been less than a week since Mark D'Antonio left as head coach of the Spartans, but it's felt like eons to some fans who think his replacement will have some big shoes to fill. Coach D'Antonio provided us a lot of great memories over his tenure as coach. We're going to miss him a lot, said MSU fan Charlie Semmerly. Fickell turned down the job on Monday morning, and Semmerly said time is of the essence to bring on his replacement. The MSU Board of Trustees met on Monday night with the athletic department for an update on the search. Dolls depicting historical African-American figures hanging on tree-like racks were removed from MSU's Warden Center recently, but the MSU Black Alumni Group says just getting rid of them isn't enough. The MSU BA tells Fox 47 that enough is enough, which is why they scheduled a meeting with MSU President Samuel Stanley to discuss change. All this comes after the school was not only the subject of another racial incident, but was also the butt of a joke on this weekend's episode of Saturday Night Live. But not everyone is laughing at the SNL joke, especially at MSU. It's disheartening because we are 2020 now, and so it's not even that people feel that this had true intent, but it's the unconsciousness we are at day to day where we should be conscious of those things, and that's in every culture, every race, especially this being Black History Month. What a way to start it, said MSU sophomore Karina Coffey. The MSU BA says that they scheduled a meeting with the MSU president to not only discuss this incident, but to give recommendations to eliminate future racial incidents on campus. A week after the display went up, MSU President Samuel Stanley sent out a letter to the university stating that the Warden Center will reevaluate the roles and responsibilities of all its gift shop employees and volunteers after a mandatory racial bias education and redevelopment training. The MSU Black Alumni Association tells Fox 47 a date has been set for their meeting with MSU's president, but wouldn't give specific time and details. Michigan State University Museum Director Mark Auslander is admitting to research misconduct and plagiarism for a newsletter that was released last year. Auslander said that the museum published the work of his colleague, Dr. William Lovis, without giving him credit. For 1 year, Auslander worked with Dr. Lovis to research a 500-year-old mummy. In the same newsletter, Auslander printed the wrong information. He said there was an MRI used to look at the ancestral remains of the mummified girl. We were asked to call the girl Nusta, but in fact it was a CT imaging. Lovis said that he had been working on this project for the past 2 years prior to Auslander coming to the team. But when he did join the project, Lovis said that Auslander took control. Lovis said, he took over my project. He named the mummy without telling anyone at MSU he was going to do that, and he paid $10,000 to have her sent to Washington, D.C., where he took credit in the ceremony for everything that had been done. Auslander said he wasn't trying to take the credit of Lovis's work. He also apologized for taking credit and misprinting information. Auslander said, whenever someone doesn't get full credit for their work, it's taken very seriously. Auslander said he will remain in the position as the museum director for the foreseeable future. Learn more about all of these and all Mid-Michigan's breaking news on fox47news.com.